here we are, 2 weeks down the line since our last chat on the back of the Rodman, preparing and looking forward to a tournament. We luckily landed a big fish, which turned out to be a provincial record. Could have been an All Africa record if we were on 50-pound line, but we caught the fish on 37-kilogram line, so we're claiming the record. Just to run through a few small things with the guys to help when claiming a record, what you need. First of all, I hope your wife's going to be relaxed about this, but you would need the dining room table. As you can see, this dining room table is one of two in this house that has been turned into a measuring station and another workstation. Anyway, going through, obviously IGFA looks for the length of the gaff, the make of the gaff, running through to the rod, specifically the length of the rod, the make of the rod, the reel type, the fishing line. A sample of the fishing line is required for testing, and the length of the butt of the rod as well has to be all within IGFA specifications. So once catching a fish, one has to immediately cut off the line that's been used, 15 to 20 meters for the test machine, roll it up immediately, put it somewhere safe, as who knows, the very next fish could burn off this line and there goes your record. All your measurements should be done prior to the tournament, getting all the lengths of your double lines and your wind-on leaders, snap-ons, and then of course your lure length is also very important. So once stripping off before carrying on with the rod, one would move to tying up a new rig, putting the rod back out, keeping that back in the cabin safely. When arriving at the dining room table, as we are doing today, we are setting this record, which all goes onto paper. IGFA, we are breaking the provincial record, which is EPDSA on this one. One would need a nice long tape measure, 10 meters plus. That would be used for your leader lines and your double line, and of course your trace, your lure trace. In this specific tuna went for what we call a squid daisy chain. So a number of different squid rigged certain distance apart, with the end result being one of them at the end with a hook or two hooks. And also specific about the length of the hook protruding out of the squid has to be a specific length. If that was there, it would be disqualified. It has to be a specific length. Very sticky about this. The International Game Fishing Association don't just issue records, and nor do the provinces in South Africa. We have a very high standard of equipment and tackle preparation and qualifications for records. So in today's world, obviously you have two options. One is to gaff the fish, bring it to the weigh station and get all the different girth diameters, length of the fish, tail, tip of the tail to the tip of the nose, fork of the tail to the tip of the nose, and the girth. But then there's also a release program that's become quite popular as well. Nice big tool to release a fish. When it's in the mouth of the fish, you attach this without basically touching the fish if not needed, and extracting the hook and releasing the fish to swim on freely. This is very popular in bull fishing these days. Then moving on to a scale. One has to have a sized and calibrated scale with a certificate that is issued by the scale company. Every year it has to be calibrated and certified. And with that, on your application, you put the calibrated certificate with your application for your record. And obviously there are photos of the fish standing next to it just to give the authorities the real feeling of the size of the fish that you caught. And on this specific fish, 102 kilograms, phenomenal fish caught by an angler, good friend of ours, and wow, what a fight. I was lucky enough to be the captain of the boat at the time with my teammate Bridget, and Team GameStop really produced the goods. But come and look at this. This is where
But a lot of it is preparation.
Huge amounts of preparation, and I spend a lot of my time at the second dining room table. Now this dining room table is a little bit more complicated.
Yes.
And obviously late at night, we sit and tackle up, thinking about what's going to work, and often opening fish that we catch up and having a look into the stomach content to see what they've been eating gives us a quick indication of what and how we should be rigging our next lures. Well,
Scooter's very cross.
This is, we're preparing for another tournament, checking all the lengths of the leader lines, the wind-on leaders, and going to change our tactics slightly for the next competition. And let's see how far that gets us.
Scooter the dog and the dash hound.
These are two loyal observers.
Cross to be outside on a rainy day.
Yeah. Stay with us on the mark.